Hello, I'm Pseudo Drifter. This video serves as a follow-up to my low-rank HBG melee-only guide. I want to give a detailed play-by-play of how to kill a Kulu-Ya-Ku in case you're having trouble while following the main guide. I only mentioned it once, but all of this was done without upgrading my armor. What I picked during character creation is what I wore the whole time through, not one single armor sphere spent. So first things first, tutorial. I'm actually pretty thankful you can just exit out of tutorials by hitting B. You don't actually have to look to all the pages. It's about this time I realized my gun is full of a lot of ammo. I'm not using it, so we need to dump any useless ammo.
ここでは武器や防具の変更ができます。しっかり準備していきましょう。アイテムボックスでは所持しているアイテムの整理ができます。
There, much better. I can't get rid of the normal ammo one. I tried. You might have noticed that my handler is speaking Japanese. That's because whenever she talks, I don't actually want to listen to her. And as much as I love the Monster Hunter language, it's a bit on the dorky side for my tastes to listen the entire time through. So, Japanese by process of elimination. And besides, it's a Japanese game, right? Seems fitting it would be in Japanese. Now, the worst part of starting out right from the beginning is you don't have any rations. Whenever your character does this, you can eat a ration and regain all of your stamina and just keep on sprinting. But in order to do that technique, you actually have to have rations. And I'm saving my easy rations for whenever I find the monster. You might be thinking to yourself, why am I picking up useless water ammo ferns? Well, that's because we're going to save up all of those plants and trade them in with the Melder lady after the Legiana's dead. They don't trade in for a whole lot, but it's if you have a lot of them, it's significant. Parkour Master. I think it actually works better if you go off the tip of the thing instead of, trying to cut corners. That's actually my favorite honey. It's nearby a static dung spawn, so you can just grab honey and grab dung and continue on your way. And trust me, once you get to high rank, you're gonna want some dung. The monsters have a tendency of getting up in each other's businesses more than you'd prefer. Ooh, there you are. Now, I discovered a handy little trick whenever you've mounted a monster. If you pay attention to the lower left corner around your mini-map, it shows when the monster is about to go nuts. Oh! Oh, that scared the poops out of me. I thought I was going to shoot him in the back. In fact, that's the whole reason why I was starting over at the camp instead of starting with a cutscene. It's because I kind of shot him in the back once. It doesn't actually use your ammo. I've come to conclude that your bowgun carries an infinite amount of gun lance style shells that you can only use when you've mounted a monster. After you jump off, your ammo is not depleted in the least. There we go, that's the goal of using the melee HBG. Man, shut up. That's the point, that's the goal of using the melee HBG. Is you smack a monster enough to make it flinch, and then you get a free shot on the face. Oh yeah, those little wiggly leechies are incredibly useful. Also useful are blue mushrooms. It was about this time I realized that the melee doesn't bounce. Oh, beautiful rock droppage. This makes shooting him in the face really easy. Now, credit where credit's due, though. At least this bird's smart enough to know how good blocking is. Well, honestly, I'm just glad he dropped his rock. Ah, you mother... This is about the time I noticed that the melee attack does crazy stamina damage. Now, to be fair, the Kulu-Ya-Ku does have really low stamina to begin with, but that's 2 times in a row he was out of breath instead of killing me. So, it's enough to be worth noting. I'm gonna cut him... you know, cutting off the monster works better if you choose the right direction. This is about the time I start using my rations. And this is about the time I get transition shoved. I think these panic rolls were wholly justified. Mother. Son of a... You know, you always need to load your special ammo when you need to communicate to the monster that you mean business. Ah, yes. It's gone again. You know, the Kulu-Ya-Ku was the first monster I ever tried the concussion rifle strats on. The reason I call it concussion rifle is because I'm literally causing concussions with a rifle. And that's the name of a Halo weapon. Don't tell me how to live my life. I appreciate the help, though. There we go. As you can see, a flinch to a free hit on the face. Ooh, he's real messed up. And I don't care how messed up you are or how messed up the monster is. Always pick up bitter bugs. They cannot be left alone in the wild. They might get hurt. You need to take them home to the safe and cozy item box. Oh, he wants to fight now. Oh man, oh man. Almost. Where are you going? Son of... You know, I should just keep away from them so I don't get transition shoved. I don't think it does any damage, but it's kind of annoying. So that's a little bit closer to my new method of mounting monsters. The idea is that as soon as you jump on, the monster will do an attack to shake you off. It usually doesn't actually do damage to those on the ground, because the game thinks, well, it's focusing an attack on the player that's mounted it. So by jumping off, you can get a free shot on him while he's doing his attack that won't do damage. But I think that's monster specific. Some of those attacks do damage, and the monster can always just attack normally and ignore that it's been mounted. I don't really plan on making a great Jaggy video like this one, because, well, let's be honest, it's a great Jaggy. If you can't smack that thing to death, you've got... You need serious help and should fire an SOS flare. Oh god, not another rock. You know, we should start calling this fool Johnny. He's always hanging out with his imaginary friend, Plank the Rock. Yeah, get out of here. And he's always doing weird stuff, like stealing baby ankylosauruses and stuff. Get out of here. Big bird looking rip-off. I want my money back. And free shot. Yep. I figured since I was stopping to pick up the bitter bug, I might as well smack him. I thought that was going to work. Hey! And completed. Oh yeah, I hadn't set up any of my menus. Ooh. Better carve him up before I forget. Now when it comes to capture versus kill, I'm a Souls player. I go for kill. The difference in rewards isn't big enough, in my opinion. And besides, why would I want to cut my fun short? Here you go. All of the armor is still level 1. Thanks for watching.